Alright guys, I know you like these commentary videos, so we're going to try another couple of them. These were two really close matches I played pretty recently, a week ago I think, and this is like low-level B-rank stuff, but it's two guys who had reasonably heavy builds with different setups, and I'm used to fighting kind of both of these, very similar sorts of styles. So, what I'm not used to is them actually running away. This first guy, really good job with that actually, like, I don't see it. Normally if I see something like that, it's a quad trying to stay in the skybox, which we'll cover next video. This guy gets a couple of excellent hits on me that I didn't expect, and he also has a pretty good read on when he can get close and needs to get away. Now, he wasn't prepared for my tactics in the very first round. You'll see he gets way better at that in the second. So, still a decent fight up close. He did pretty well. This entire fight, I'm just running my game plan, and I'm being real reckless about it, as you can see. But he takes advantage of that in the second round, and we have a very close closeout. But just pay attention to this guy's his combat rhythm, if you will. Always tries to lure someone out. That's usually my game plan. He is trying to force the issue with his range because I think he's got the Hakache. And here's where I make a big mistake and just move past him instead of waiting and going over with the charge. Could have had an easy counter there, but I screwed it up. And, you know, rightfully, I'm getting slapped. I don't activate my shield early enough. And from here, it's kind of the farce you think it is. It's a difficult fight one way or the other, and I didn't make it easier for myself early on. Now, getting those breaks on him, though, it's not a difficult task, per se. And again, didn't see the blade charge. Had I noticed it, wouldn't have hit me. But that's alright. Dude played his round good. Third round, I realize I'm going to have to put a lot more time into dodging his blade, because he just throws it out there, which is something I'm not used to. One of the few things at this point I haven't seen regularly. And, despite the fact I do it sometimes. Here we go. He still hits me though. So, maybe I was just too close. Get an early break, which is going to be useful later. But if this happens, because again, blade for some reason. And he starts doing this runaway stuff, which initially kind of surprised me. He's a heavy. But at the same time, getting close to 213, not the best plan. So. I figure he could have taken me out with the blade a lot easier, though, instead of doing this, but he runs away at the end. And he does this smartly. I feel like he should have pressed his advantage with the shield when he had it, but does a good job, and the outcome is largely the same. I don't have the speed to keep up with him. I can gain, but not really. And blade. I probably shouldn't have used the bomb thrower there. Maybe I could have gotten it out. Who knows? He's low on health. Narrow game, real good game. Don't expect to see that from guys very often. He played it well. Now this poor unfortunate soul actually has another really close game due to screw-ups on both of our behalves. But he is playing a type of build I am super familiar with, and that is a pistol build. And that is because one of my regular sparring partners runs pistols like all the time. And it is extremely obnoxious, but being used to dealing with it, this is a very common sight on this channel, as anyone who's been around for enough time can tell. My issue with this guy is, I don't really know how to fight him. He plays an interesting game because he doesn't fight like a lot of the other pistol pros. He's very safe, he's heavy enough to take the hits, but he just plays a different kind of game. And he uses the needles as punch, which, were effective enough. It just kind of surprised me. And here we go at this range thing again. And it's the finish you think it is. That still went a lot closer than I thought it needed to. I will be made abundantly clear in the second round that that guy actually knows what he's doing. Now, from the start off, we're going to go out here and get some, maybe some cover, because he seems to want to play that cover game, and I'm all about it if we can get it going, but sometimes kind of tough. The javelin classically misses because perfect range for whatever reason, and I still can't dodge those, so there you go, 3 damage for him. Fired that way too far off, but again, he's making it kind of hard to use at range, so good on him. I'm not usually afraid of getting broke early on these. It's the late break I'm concerned about. It probably should have been. But here we go. Again, we get a mutual break. And he gets the punish anyway, which is kind of obnoxious. But that's how those missiles work. I back off. At this point, I know I've got problems, but I know now I've got major problems. I thought I could maintain it with range. And eventually that was not going to happen. Now, he gets his chance to back off, even though I'm probably going to get a break if I remember this fight right. Yeah, it's not enough, because 213, as you all know, does not have a punish, and I just get taken. Now, knowing how he wants to play, I can adapt to this as best as possible by... In hindsight, after watching this match a couple times, staying close would have been my better option almost all the time. My refresh is much higher than his, would have had a big advantage. But, I didn't think about it at the time, so here we go. It's kind of a monkey mode, as it were, because those pistols are not going to hold up to all of that. Now, for those of you wondering why I don't fire the missile earlier, because maybe you haven't been around the channel, I typically use it as a very specific catch after an ACS break. And usually, if you can get that to work, you can ACS chain someone almost back to back. Now, it's not perfect, of course, nothing is in this game, but it's good enough that you can usually build about a quarter to a half an ACS bar if you hit them with a missile. And that's all I'm really doing here, is trying to finish the fight as clean as possible. And it's the farce everyone thinks it is right here. When the machine guns refuse to hit him, the bomb thrower does the job. But that got me in trouble in the first game. Anyway, take it easy, guys. That's what we got.